Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Cerebral Smack Talk live on YouTube and StreamYard.com. It is your girl MF Michael Fletcher alongside Anthony Floyo and Michael Bullock. We are awaiting the arrival of Dee Dee Woodson. Hopefully, she'll be here tonight. So we're just gonna dive right on in, guys. So we started off with SmackDown Live as usual from the Thunderdome. We had a pretty cool moment. Basically, it was the big announcement, as you guys have heard earlier today, that WWE will be going back out live on tour coming out very soon. And as a matter of fact, Sonya Deville had a parade of champions. The parade of champions, first off, bringing out Dominic and Rey Mysterio as the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Then we had a moment where we had Bianca Belair come out. We had the Intercontinental Champion Apollo Cruz and the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Tamina and Natalya representing SmackDown Live. We were supposed to have the Universal Champion Roman Reigns, but Paul Heyman decided, you know what? Roman will come out when he wants to come out later in the night. All right, fine, whatever. So then Bayley comes out, interrupts, basically saying, look, we all do respect. All these champions, whatever. First off, congratulations, Dominic, for being in the limelight of your father. Nobody really cares about you. When it comes to Apollo Crews, I like you. You're cool. Congratulations on being the champion. When she took a really vicious shot at the women tag team champions, basically saying that all the sob story doesn't mean crap to her, and then took a shot at the SmackDown Women's Champion, Bianca Belair. Well, that prompted Bianca to hit the ring, only to get jumped by Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, and that prompted the reigning and the defending SmackDown, the women's tag team champions to hit the ring. 2-for-1, we get a 6-woman tag, and at the end of the night, when it was all said and done, the winners of the bout, unfortunately, I don't have a time, but the winners are Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax, and Bayley, as it was Shayna Baszler Karafuda clutch on Natalya for the tap out victory. All right, good fight, solid battle, good match. Good way to close the show, to start the show. I didn't mind the Parade of Nations or the Parade of Champions. I think that was really cool. I really enjoyed it. I liked it. I thought that was very awesome. And then the 6-woman tag to showcase the women in this kind of a spotlight, I thought they did a really good job with it. It was a solid fight. It was at least a 3-star battle. And I kind of feel like the outcome was the right one. Bianca doesn't eat the fall. All right, fine, no problem. 2, you give Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax a big win. That means championship committee moment. Now all of a sudden, now you got them possibly back in the title picture. We'll wait and see how that plays out. Anthony Florio, it's yours. I think solid opener for SmackDown Live this week.
Bear with me for one moment. I'm trying to get the time of the fall for you guys so we can work out. Now, this is unofficial. It says approximately 15 minutes. That's the that's what I have. Take that, read into that what you will. Take it with a grain of salt. So I'm not going to talk about the opening segment because if I did, I would go in full Jesse mode on that. So I'm not even going to start with that. But big announcement, though. I mean, Michael Bullock reported it around 11 o'clock this morning, and yeah, it's what we've been wanting all along, and that is the return of WWE events in front of real fans. No more of this Thunderdome nonsense, but we only have to endure it for a couple more months, and then the good stuff will finally be back. And it's going to start with Friday Night SmackDown, July 16th. the Toyota Center, Houston, Texas. So Houston, get ready. And then Sunday, July 18th, the Money in the Bank pay-per-view from the Dickies Arena in Fort Worth, Texas. And then it all wraps up the first week on July 19th for the first Monday Night Raw with fans. That'll be at the American Airlines Center in Dallas. For SmackDown, on come July 16th, it will be their first SmackDown with fans since March the 6th of 2020 when they were in Buffalo. And for Raw, on July 19th, it will be our first show with fans since March 9th in Washington, D.C. at the Capital One Arena. But they announced a 25-city tour that will be running through Labor Day. Hopefully right here in our neck of the woods will be one of those 25 cities. It's obviously not going to be a pay-per-view, but hopefully we'll get a Raw. It doesn't matter if it's a Raw or a SmackDown. You best believe we're going to jump on that sucker if we should be fortunate enough to get one. But story for another day. But anyways, like I said, I'm not going to talk about the segment. The match, though, about 3 stars for me. I mean, a 2.5 to 3, really. The match was okay. An energetic exhibition that shined a light on 2 separate feuds, but did nothing to enhance or advance either of them. Bianca Belair was explosive off the hot tag, and Natalya was very much the glue that held the match together, as she often is. Bayley was great, like always, and benefited the most from this bout, as she set herself up to once again challenge Belair for the SmackDown Women's title. She was the star of this first half hour of the show, and rightfully so. She's too good to be forgotten, like she was on the road to WrestleMania, and is right back where she belongs, fighting for titles and stealing the spotlight. But we don't have to wait long for that women's tag team title return match. We're going to get it on the home of repetitiveness, and that is Monday Night on Raw. We're going to get it for the 80 billionth time. Hopefully this will be the final time. That's all there is to say on that. Hopefully there's a blow-off, a payoff. I don't care. I just want this to end. That's all I know, because it's way too repetitive, and that's it. So Monday night, end this thing, please. So not much more to say here. 2.5 to 3 for the effort, and not much more to say. So Michael Bullock, your thoughts on all this?
Yes, of course, on that big announcement. I mean, it's something we've been waiting for. I mean, and like you said, with the early March was the last time we had anything Raw, SmackDown, or pay-per-view with fans. But now, after almost a year and a half, that's going to come to an end come July 16th. Starting with, like you said, Friday Night SmackDown at the Toyota Center in Houston, Texas. Money in the Bank at the Dickies Arena in Fort Worth. And then, of course, Monday Night Raw at the American Airlines Center. And you know there's going to be more places where this tour is going to go. WWE is definitely going to make the announcement in the weeks to come. So all I can say is I'm just glad they're going back on tour. And Fletch, you were the one that said when AEW made the announcement that they were going to be coming back with their tour, you were the one that said, all right, WWE, it's your move. And they must have heard
them. They undercutted AEW because if memory serves me right, they're actually going to be going out on tour before AEW jumps. If the timing is right.
No, AEW is going to be going on just a little bit before them.
All right.
Well, either way, Fletch, they heard you, and they said, all right, you want an answer? We're going back on tour. So they must have listened to you, Fletch, on that one. So, yeah, I cannot wait for this. And who knows, hopefully Providence will be part of that, but we'll just have to wait and see as the weeks progress. Now, to this, I'm actually with Fletch on this one. I don't mind the Parade of Champions. And Bayley obviously acting like a conniving little or you know what. and basically ripping on Dominic and Rey Mysterio, saying, "Oh, nobody cares about your great moment." And obviously, the same can be said for Natalya and Tamina, and of course with Bianca Belair. You know what? My message to you, Bayley: if you don't like it, in the immortal words of Michael Wilbon, get out. So that's just how I feel. And as far as the match goes, I'll give this about maybe three and a quarter. I mean, I think it was a good match to start it off. So yeah, there's really nothing more to say. You guys pretty much touched on it, so let's move right along, Fletch.
All right, so the next fight that we had was King Corbin going one-on-one with Shizuke Nakamura, but the moment was stolen by Rick Boggs, who slammed Nakamura's theme song and got Pat McAfee all in a tizzy, man. Anthony Florio, it is yours. We don't have to talk about the match, but Rick Boggs, I've never heard of this guy. Is he an NXT product? Because
I think he's a developmental talent.
Because he just tore down the Thunderdome. The fans were going nuts. And my boy McAfee, for the brand, man, he was losing his shit here tonight. Pardon the language, but I don't give a damn. In a good way, man. I mean, McAfee was the star of that segment. That's all I'll say.
Oh. The moment he yelled out, "Boogs!" Oh yeah. Yes. He was marking the F out. He was marking out like a crazy man during that segment and during Nakamura's entrance. But oh man. Oh. That was funny. It was so funny. Let me see what we had here. Approximately 5 minutes for this match. Nakamura really is above winning matches by distraction, especially when he is the babyface in the match. He is too talented a performer and too recognizable around the world to be utilized in a manner that suggests he can't beat King freaking Corbin. With that said, the introduction of Boogs was interesting and puts him in position to be a part of a fairly significant mid-card program. For an otherwise pedestrian match, that development was enough to earn the segment the rating here. So it was about a two-star or so match, but man, that entrance though, and Pat McAfee on commentary was just so freaking funny. I mean, the way he was marking out over this guy, and he was even shown on camera doing an air guitar riff right in front of Michael Cole. So and I think Cole might have been getting in on that a little bit too. So but pedestrian match, like I said, about 2 stars or so. But Michael Bullock, I mean, match may have been an okay fight, but this Boogs guy with the guitar and Pat McAfee marking out like a little kid. I mean, that was, oh my God, I couldn't stop laughing. It was so funny.
Yeah, that was pretty cool to see there. And I agree. I mean, I'll give it about maybe 1.5 to 2, as far as the match goes. So, yeah, there's really nothing more to say. Fletch, I give it to you.
2 stars for me. Look, this I'm gonna say it. This would be perfect. Me and Anthony Florio. Florio is the consummate professional of the group. He's the one that kind of is real geared in and everything else. McAfee is like me. I'm kind of out there. I don't care. I'm gonna goof off a little bit. This would have been like me and Florio, just reverse. Normally on SmackDown, I'm the lead commentator. Anthony's the analyst. And then actually Michael Bullock, you're my good buddy. You'll be the third guy on the crew. If this was Monday Night Raw, this would have been perfect. Florio the professional, I would have been doing the air guitar. I would have been raging on him. And I don't know what Florio would do at that point. He'd probably be shaking his head like, will you stop or something? But this was awesome. I loved it. Yeah, 2 stars rating for that match. All right, so with that said, we move right on along. Next up, we had on this show was we had a lot of promo segment after that. Then we had Dominic Mysterio versus Robert Roode. Dominic Mysterio wins the match in 2 minutes and 45 seconds. We're just going to blow right by there. Michael Bullock, you get to lead off on the main event of the evening, the Intercontinental title on the line. Apollo Crews putting the title on the line against Big E, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn. Fatal 4-way, winner of the bout in 21 minutes, 50 seconds, and still the Intercontinental Champion, Apollo Crews. Aleister Black shows up and Black masses Big E and knocks him out for the win for Apollo Crews. Mike Bullock, fight of the night and one hell of a main event. And Aleister Black comes back with a resounding statement on Big E.
Yeah, this was definitely the fight of the night. 4 1/4, 4.5 stars is my rating. I mean, I could have given it just a little higher, but Aleister Black coming back and took a little something away from it, but still, it was a damn good main event. I mean, all 4 men I thought did a really good job here, and Aleister Black coming back and basically costing Big E the match with the Black Mass, and something tells me we got a new feud with Big E and Aleister Black. And of course, everybody's going to be wondering. They're going to be wanting to ask Aleister, why Big E? Why did you choose to go after him? So we'll wait and see with that. So yeah, nothing else to say. Fletch, it's yours. Aleister Black is back. It looks like he's got a new target, and that's Big E. But the big question is, why?
I think we'll find out soon enough, real quickly, why he did what he did. But I got to say, they did an incredible job. His vignettes has been so powerful, so amazing. I love that, the Aleister Black gimmick and what they're trying to do with them. For him to come back the way he did was epic. It does take away from the title fight because the match was amazing. It didn't need that overbooked finish. It didn't need that end. But I will give it the 4 1/4 stars because it deserves it. It was a great match. It was a great battle. General Aziz got involved. There was a lot of near falls. There was some Shakespearean drama. But at the end of the day, Apollo Crews survives and is still the Intercontinental Champion. But Aleister Black makes the biggest impact by laying out Big E with that black mask, and that kick was lethal, man. He nailed him with it. You saw it on the replay. He kicked him flush in the face. Big E was out like a light. Now, there's going to be some questions. Was he in cahoots with Apollo? Or is this something more sinister down the line? I think we're going to have to wait and see. All we know is that whatever the vignettes is, whatever they were talking about, something there caused this moment to happen. But what? We won't know. I will say this. Just to see Aleister Black finally back is actually a good thing. I was a little concerned that maybe he was going to get let go after everything was going on, but now he's back. He looks better than ever. And at the end of the day, holy freaking crap, what a performance. So I really got nothing more to add here. So Anthony, fight of the night, disappointment that Aleister Black kind of ruined the ending of the match. But before then, this was a masterclass in great professional wrestling. And I'll openly admit it. It actually made the Intercontinental title relevant because of the fact that, A, main event, and 2, it was a great title fight.
Absolutely. This was a great conclusion to a so-so episode. not only was this a pay-per-view quality match that could have easily been featured on WrestleMania Backlash and enhanced that card even more, it brought with it the return of Aleister Black, who suddenly feels like a big deal in an already stacked SmackDown mid-card. The question WWE Creative will have to answer now is why Black targeted Big E, like Bullock said. Is it because of the positivity? Is it merely to make an example out of one of the fans' beloved heroes? There is plenty of potential, but one thing that cannot happen is for WWE to allow Black to become just another guy in the IC title hunt. That will do neither Black nor the company any good and only further muddy the waters in that area of the roster. But other than that, unbelievable match. 4 to 4.25 stars, hands down the fight of the night. And I'm not at all surprised because going into this, I had a feeling this was going to be the show stealer fight. And you think that was a show stealer. MF, wait till you see what you got in store for you next week. Perhaps what has the potential to be one of the best tag team matches on SmackDown in a long time when you got the two talents involved there. Ho, 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 ho. You want to talk about a show stealer? Get ready for next week. So, not much more to say. 4 to 4.25 stars, fight of the night, no doubt about it. So let's get into our overall thoughts.
Yeah, and I guess I'll get to lead it off on this one. And yeah, I thought it was a very good show, solid show, nonstop action. Definitely gives us a lot more excitement going in. And look, it was solid for what it was worth. I really wish we would get something more better than that. But it's gonna be. It is what it is. And yeah, next week the Street Profits goes up against the returning Usos. That's right, Jimmy and Jay reuniting on SmackDown Live, and they're going up against a really good tag team in the Street Profits. That could be fight of the night next week, to say the very least. So we got that. All in all, like you said, it was a little light tonight. I could say maybe 6.5. And the reason why it's getting that high of a rating is because of the main event. If it wasn't for that, I think it goes under 5. So 6.5 for me. SmackDown kind of partially went a little bit back to reality here, but the main event made up for everything that happened prior to the main event. So it kind of the main event alone kind of saved the show from being a disaster. So Anthony, it's yours.
Yeah, 6.5 for me as well. Main event definitely saved the show. 6-woman tag that started the show. And then you had a solid but not overly spectacular Corbin Nakamura match. Dominic Mysterio and Robert Roode, that was the worst fight of the night. That wasn't really any good. That was about a 1.5 for the effort. Roman cuts another killer promo. And then you further the angle with Cesaro and Seth Rollins. And Cesaro said he wanted another shot at the Tribal Chief. He wants another shot at Hell in a Cell. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens and we put that sucker inside Hell in a Cell. Oh my goodness. You thought the Backlash match was great. You put those two inside Hell in a Cell, forget about it. It'll be even better. We could even be talking 5. But we'll wait and see on that. But obviously Seth Rollins, he's not finished with Cesaro yet. So we'll wait and see where that leads. But one great match, one solid, good match, and then one all right match, and other than that, but yeah, for the first time in a long time, Monday Night Raw was actually a better show than SmackDown. I mean, Monday night we had the Raw of the year. I mean, with all those great matches in succession. I mean, we had 4 straight 3-star or higher matches, and oh man, we had about an 8.5 Monday Night Raw Monday night, and SmackDown took a bit of a step back, but not all that bad. But if it wasn't for the main event, we would have been talking a lot worse, like MF said. But main event definitely saved the show, 6.5. So next week, Usos against the Street Profits. Oh boy, that's going to be hella fun. I can't wait to see it. So not much more to say. Michael Bullock, 6.5 for me. Main event definitely saved the show. If it wasn't for the main event, who knows how much worse the rating would have been.
Yeah, the main event definitely saved this SmackDown from being a complete train wreck and disaster. I mean, yeah, six and a half is my rating as well. So yeah, there's really nothing more for me to add. So Fletch, it is yours.
All right, so outside of the big announcement of WWE now going back on touring starting, in July, there was also one other news that actually had to be addressed. And Anthony, I want you to get in on this because of the fact that MLW, as you know, they've been getting a draft coming up, and they're starting to draft certain wrestlers. So guys are going to be a part of the Aztec Underground, which is going to be the Lucha Underground version of the show, and then you got the regular MLW superstars. Well, MLW today, yesterday made a major announcement. Former Impact Wrestling superstar Davey Richards, yes, from the Wolves, has joined MLW. Anthony Florio, you know Davey Richards really well, along with his buddy Eddie Edwards. Oh my goodness, what a pickup for MLW.
Yeah, very big pickup for MLW. It's been a long time since we've seen him. I mean, I can't remember the last time we saw him in a match. I mean, it's been a long time, a lot of years. Been battling injuries and the whole 9 yards. But UMF, you know Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards a little bit more than I do, dating back to their ROH days.
Oh yeah,
when they dominated in ROH. I mean, when they went from being hated rivals to tag team partners and damn near brothers almost. And I mean, you know that history a lot better than I do, but yeah, Davey Richards, I mean, he says he has a tendency to go a little too much, and after doing it for 12 years, he needed to recharge the batteries, and they're now recharged, and he's already made it clear he's aiming for the MLW World Heavyweight Championship, which I believe, is it still Jacob Fatu?
It is Jacob Fatu. Yes, he's still the champ.
Yeah, so very dominant champion down there, and but very significant to say the very least. And man, I can't wait to see him in action. And so many other names. I mean, I don't know how the rest of this draft is going to work out, but boy, howdy, man. I mean, David Richards, after this very long layoff, can he still be that Davey Richards that we saw with the Wolves in Impact Wrestling? Only time will tell, but I'm very pleased with the signing, and that's a very big deal. And MF, like I said, you know more about the man than I do because of the ROH and Eddie Edwards and all that story. So, but yes, I'm very pleased with this signing, 100%.
Yeah, not only that, but he was also a Ring of Honor. He was actually a New Japan Pro Wrestling Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champion 2 times with Rocky Romero. Like you said, with Ring of Honor, he was a Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion, 3-time Tag Team Champions. 1 time with Rocky Romero, and then the other 2 times with Eddie Edwards. But in Impact Wrestling, man, I mean, oh my goodness. Fight of the Year in 2014. It was the 3-way dance. It was the Wolves versus the Hardys versus Team 3D. They were named the Tag Team of the Year in 2014 in Impact Wrestling. Not only that, but they were a part of the TNA World Cup in 2015. That was with Jeff Hardy, Gunner, Gail Kim, Rockstar Spud, and Crazy Steve. And then, of course, he was a 5-time TNA World Tag Team Champions, all the times with Eddie Edwards as the Wolves. And now he joins MLW. That's just a little piece of the success. I mean, he's done almost everything in professional wrestling. Even had a stint on Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. PWG was a PWG heavyweight champion and a 3-time tag team champion of PWG as well. So to get Eddie Edwards on MLW, that's a major, major, major announcement. And guys, there's going to be more coming up. So keep your eyes peeled. When there's more announcements that's going to be made, I'll have it right here on the Mikey's Mindset in the very near future. So that's it. We're done for tonight. Tomorrow night, actually nothing tomorrow night. Monday night, we do it all over again. So we're going to go back to Ridiculously Raw, hosted by Anthony Foyo, 11 p.m. Eastern. And he will have Monday Night Raw and the Tony's Take, 205 Live and Impact Wrestling as usual. And we will set you up there. So until then, for Anthony Florio, for Michael Bullock, I am Michael Fletcher. Like the video, leave a comment at the bottom, share with all your friends on all the social media platforms around the world. Have a good night, everybody. So long for now, and we'll see you on Monday night.
Goodbye.